Go Gooks. Sounds like a Shania Twain song. Wait.
Let's go.
Two adults, Chris and Daryl, yeah, they run shit. Current world events and forever on some dumb shit. Fun lit with a Bush Light, especially. Even though they always getting banned, allegedly. Crack a bourbon, peep the sermon, it's just two dolts. And you know they hold it down like it's two ropes. So crack a bourbon, peep the sermon, it's just two dolts. Taking over in the game, bringing new hope.
Welcome to the show, everybody. It's you know what? Usually, when we do trash pandas, I'm officially trashed. I'm like medium trashed right now. Medium. My spray tan is setting in. I'm now dark enough to be racially profiled just for driving down the goddamn street. Happy about it.
That is incorrect.
Happy about it. On this week's show, some topics. Funny video of the week. Every now and then, there's a video that I will not share.
Yeah.
Bless you, god damn it.
Oh, that came deep.
There are some ones I just don't want to share to the group chat because I don't want to waste it. So this one, this one's good.
Okay, fair enough. There are some I share with you that I don't want to put in a group chat because
yeah, because we all know why. We know the dark sheep in the room. John Gruden recently signed to Barstool Sports, and he's crushing it. Great stories about being a coach of the Raiders. I got a weird affinity, Daryl, for old ball coaches that talk ball, like Bill Belichick now on the Peyton Manning and Eli thing. You just see a different light than the traditional, Bill Belichick. Gruden's always kind of Gruden, but he's starting to talk more about his time at the Raiders. It's fucking great. This month also marks the end of an era. In my opinion, the greatest sports show of all time. The TNT guys are no mas, I think, after the first of the year. Barkley, Ernie, Kenny, and Shaquille O'Neal.
Are they no more because TNT's not picking up their deal? Are they themselves calling it quits?
They are not calling it quits. They're going over to ESPN.
I hope ESPN just fucking backed up a truck.
I hope ESPN treats them like the Pat McAfee show where he can say shit. He can't say fuck. They bleep it. Yeah. But I hope that they give him a little bit more freedom to operate.
I mean, I don't watch the NBA. I haven't watched the NBA since probably a couple of years after Jordan retired.
Sure.
I watched a little bit of Kobe after that, and that was about it. Once the whole LeBron, I don't care about LeBron. I was just reading a post that the NBA put up about LeBron while I was taking a shit, and I'm like, this is perfect because I'm taking a shit and I'm reading shit about shit.
Yeah.
So the NBA is just in the background. Yes. This is my favorite NBA team. I will still rock this hat. I will still buy Bulls jerseys of guys in the past. I will still say, if somebody asks me, who's your favorite NBA team? I will say the Bulls. And go, oh, because of Michael Jordan. Yeah, motherfucker, because I lived it.
Yeah. Yeah. We were there for it. Yeah.
I was there for it. I lived it as a Bulls fan.
I saw Kobe and Jordan play live, which is still probably up there. Big up there. Yeah. Saw Kobe play in San Antonio against Tim Duncan.
Ooh, yeah.
Good one.
Fundamental.
And saw Jordan play against Vince Carter in Toronto.
So Jordan played the Washington Bullets before they got woke here in Buffalo at the Memorial Auditorium.
Sick.
So I don't want to talk to anybody saying, "Oh, you're just a Bulls fan." No, I was a Bulls fan when Jordan came out. Let's
be honest. Jordan, it was a phenomenon. We talked about this morning. You probably don't remember, and I was still coming out of a blackout. But I got in an argument with Black Jamie. His real name is James. Supposed to be our podcast producer. He's just late because he's black. And he's a big LeBron guy. And some of his points weren't incorrect. And I'll walk you through some of his points. If you put LeBron in Jordan's draft class with LeBron's skill set, you would assume that LeBron would be a great player, but LeBron came up in this bitch space where the NBA is almost like fucking soccer now. Which
every NBA game is literally like an all-star game.
Yes. So it's just different. So
on somebody.
I said this to James. And I said, I think it's the allure for me for Jordan and the respect I have for Jordan. Because obviously Jordan and LeBron are both very talented people.
Yes.
They're great.
In their own right.
LeBron's a brick shithouse. Jordan, way smaller, agile, better defender.
How big's LeBron? 6'9"?
6'9", 240, 260.
So Jordan was 6'6",
214.
Yeah, 215, 220. I wouldn't say there's no way in that conversation. A little bit bigger, sure.
Yeah, he's bigger.
But look at the people that played back in Jordan's day. Barkley was considered a specimen, and he was also nicknamed the round mound of rebound.
6'4", by the way,
and fat as fuck.
Yeah,
look at you had those guys that had guts on them, that had meat on their bones. And today, those guys are not around.
So one of the key elements we talked about yesterday was the fact that there was hand checking back then versus no hand checking now. No hand checking gives the offensive player a lot more freedom to operate. The NFL's doing this too. You can't, someone's crossing your face in the NFL, you can't even put your hand on their waist to keep track of where they're going.
Yeah.
It's holding. So, but again, if we were to drop LeBron into Jordan's draft class, you would assume that LeBron would also be a Hall of Fame player, whatever. My argument with Jordan versus LeBron is this. It's talent versus temperament, because they're both talented. The temperament of Jordan is the key element that sets him aside from anybody that's ever played the game of basketball. Second to him in temperament would be Kobe.
100%.
And then after that, it's a massive drop-off. I would put Allen Iverson.
I was going to say AI's got to be 3-ish.
Yep.
Definitely top 5 in
the temperament category.
Yeah.
Talent, temperament.
What about like Vince Carter?
Badass. Yeah.
I put him in there too.
Jordan's 40. When he was 40 years old, he still played 82 fucking games. I can't tell you the last time LeBron played 82 games.
No.
That's where I think the argument needs to rest. Because you can all, just like the last podcast, you're like, do the Bills ever won a Super Bowl? Michigan won a national championship? Sure. You can say that Jordan has 6, Kobe has 5, but then you can also go, well, Bill Russell has fucking what, 11? Does that make Bill Russell the best basketball player of all time? He's a bad motherfucker, not the best of all time. Jordan's temperament set the tone for absolute fucking dominance. I do think the Bulls, if Jordan didn't retire and they ran into the Rockets, Hakeem Olajuwon would have been a big fucking problem. Because the Rockets also had Vernon Maxwell, and he didn't do a bad job against Jordan compared to anybody else in the league.
If I send you a picture now, is there any way you can put it up on your screen?
Yeah, in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
But that's the big argument. Sure, LeBron's great. But there's a whole bullshit. Like, he's about to pass Jordan in 30-point games. He played like 700 games more than fucking Jordan. And the dude sits out, 30% of every fucking season? What's up, Ange? Congratulations.
What's up, Ange?
Happy birthday to our friend and Evan.
That was a tough one.
If he made it there. If not, I'll see him in hell. That's where I'm going. Rip Big Herb. We love him. We miss him. And now that he's gone, we can admit that he was fucking gay. So he's super big homo.
He was opposite of gay.
Super big homo. It's fine. But now that he's gone, we can actually say it.
I mean, him and I might have taken some pictures that might have been, on that spectrum. But hey, whatever, man.
But yeah, we miss him every day. And it was his birthday. What, today or yesterday?
2 days ago.
2 days ago. Sorry, I've been a little bit blacked out. Let me tell you about my fucking week. By the way, talking about people passing away. Monday, go to the kids singing concert type thing. I told you I was getting a little sick. Thanks, Ange. I love you. Also, thanks for the fucking leg wrap that I wore on my arms. Fucking crushed it. Go to this concert. I got a sore throat. When I'm sick, I want to get hot food in me. When I get a cold, I want to burn it out. So no time to make dinner.
What's the phrase for
that? Jew?
No.
Oh, sorry.
Feed a cold, starve a fever, right?
Sure. But
Okay.
I go like hard in the paint, spicy fucking food. So I go to Tanya. I'm like, hey, let's go to Wild Wings. Get some fucking. I want some hot fucking wings.
Shocking.
We don't have a lot of choices around here. What do you want me to do? Dude, we have chain restaurants and like maybe one other restaurant that makes burgers, not spicy. So we go to Wild Wings. She's flipping through her phone and she sees that this bar I go to a lot of times. She sees that they're going to be closed down on the Tuesday. It's a Monday when this happened. And she goes, they're closing because somebody died. And I'm like, who? And they said, David. And I'm like, not my fucking David. Now the bar is owned by a gay guy. He doesn't like flap around and fucking skip and shit. Although it would be fucking awesome if he did. But, he fucking, he's got a lot of friends that are gay too. They travel in packs like flamingos. Oh. So what?
Dude, I'm trying to reply to Angela and Facebook is fucking everything up and I can't.
Okay. So find out that now if I go to this bar, sometimes I just go and just not meeting Ortez out or Jerry out or anything like that. I would just go just to get out of the house for a little bit. And I would always go try to find this guy, David, because he was just a fucking bang up guy. That dude dies in a car accident, which is very sad. Yeah. What's up?
Where am I supposed to type in this?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Fuck off, Zuckerberg, you stupid bag of dicks.
So this is also for my friend David. David, we miss you. If there's one guy other than Daryl and Dan Erb that would have convinced me to be gay, he was on the list. Miss him. So then I'm eating wings. Fucking phone rings. It's my sister, Becky. And she goes, you have a minute? I'm like, I'm eating wings. Like, I just thought she had a question about something, but my hands are all fucking filthy with fucking wings. She goes, oh, Uncle Rich died. Within 10 minutes of me finding out that my friend died. That was Monday. Kind of hard to rebound from a Monday like that.
Is it rebound or rebound? How do you say it?
How did I just say it?
Raw.
Rebound.
I don't know, dude.
It should have been rebound. It should have been rebound. You're right.
No, it's not. It's not what it should be. It's how do you say it? That's all it was.
Rebound. Yeah. How do you say bagel?
Bagel.
How do you say the noodles that come in the package that you put in the water and then you put the little pack? I say ramen.
Okay. Again, what's the right way?
Not wrong. How do Chinese people say ramen noodles? Ching chong, ching chong, ching chong.
Ching chong noodles.
Dayo-san, karate here, karate not here, karate here. Yeah. So it's hard to rebound from a fucking like. How do you even like wake up the next day and go, today's going to be great?
Do you ever have regrets?
I try to operate with no regrets, but sometimes I got some regrets.
Regrets happen.
My biggest regret is I remember playing on an Apple II in my friend's basement, and I went home to my dad, and I was like, Dad, this company, Apple, is fucking, I didn't say fucking, but I was like, it's fucking crazy. I was playing a video game where you put in coordinates and you land a ship, like the fucking Tesla ship lands on the fucking thing now. And I'm like, it's
SpaceX ship.
Yeah, I'm like, this company's amazing. I've never seen a computer like this or whatever. If I would have told my dad to invest, not that he had $1,000, but if I could have tricked my dad into,
yeah, I was gonna say you'd have had to trick him, because if you told him about what was going on and what you think he should do with his hard-earned money, you would have had 3 black eyes
for sure. And the brown one would have been the blackest because my dad liked to fuck. But Sorry. I don't know why I went there with it.
I don't either. I know.
I kept talking and words kept coming out of my mouth, and it just made it
Word
about
salad.
me being fucked by my dad for some reason. So, yeah, and I was thinking about that today too, because I think I was 8 when I was playing that game, and I imagine like Max coming to me and going, "Dad, this company's great," and then now on a flyer, because I got some expendable money, maybe I'd put $500 into it. But I think if I put $1,000 into Apple, like what would you want to Siri that? I don't know, fucking know.
No, I don't want to do any of that.
Siri doesn't fucking listen to anything.
I'm looking to see how much money we lost in Doge. We're back to 33 cents. Okay,
dude, we're fine. But that's probably my biggest regret. But at the same time, no father's going to listen to an 8-year-old kid.
No.
And like, if he did, he's a fucking idiot.
Like right now, I listen to my kid just yammer on, and I'm like,
dude,
what would have happened if you would have bought into Minecraft or Fortnite years ago? You know, I'm not saying you're going to be fucking Mr. Beast rich, but are you going to put $100 in there and walk out of there with, you know, 7 or 8 grand?
Sure, probably. Yeah, easy. Yeah. I wish I knew more about investing other than just throwing money away.
Like I ran into a guy at the bar we were talking about Doge. That's when shit was going south. I was like, fuck. He's like, what's the matter? I'm like, I was telling him about this and how many shares that we have. And we were just bullshitting. And one guy's like, dude, he goes, I was doing this a while ago, 10, 15 years ago. And he goes, I was doing it for fun. He goes, but it got addictive because you see the spike, you see it level off. He goes, after the 3rd time, it gets up there. He goes, that's when you sell it all. And then it drops. You buy
it again.
You buy the dip.
Yeah.
And he goes, but then after that, he goes, it becomes addictive. You just made all that fucking money. You know, you got in lower, probably more than you bought in for, but you're still, you know.
Well, in November,
process of making money and everything. And because we were talking about that, the Hawk Tua girl, and what happened there. I'm like,
she might go to jail for that.
People are like, oh, we lost our entire life savings. If you put your entire life savings into a meme coin, that's on you. You deserve
100%. Yeah, that's on you 100%.
People are like laughing at us.
Hold on, we'll come back to you in 1 second.
People are laughing at us. I'm like, dude, we legit put $200 into Doge. It'll be 4 years ago, almost 4 years ago this February, as a goof.
Yeah.
Guess what? Most we lose is 200. You know what? Guess what? 5 years later, we get our money back. No big deal. Right now, we're standing to make a profit.
Big profit. Yeah.
A decent profit. I mean, shit. You're in for half as whatever I get.
I bought in twice. You bought in once.
Yeah.
I bought in for 200. You bought in for 200, and I also bought in for 500.
Yeah.
All together with that $900 investment, it's worth $3,300 right now.
Yeah.
So whatever.
So I got mine at 7%. It's at 32 right now. So 7 goes into 32 5 times. So 5 times my 2. I have $1,000 right now.
Yeah.
That I did not have 5 years ago.
Yeah. And it's fine.
And guess what? If the bottom falls out of it and it goes back to negative numbers, I'm out $200 that I could spend easily at a bar in one night.
It's like going to the casino. So,
or that.
So, that's the last one I trust. So, you know, when your ass is like,
just happened in between shows, I'm not trusting a thing tonight.
Your ass goes like this. Yes, yes, yes. Nope. And then it's got this like magical flap that goes, and then some guy comes in and turns a wheel like a submarine. Yeah. I just had that happen.
When the vault door closes at the bank and he spins that fucking wheel.
Yeah.
That's about
why I just had that. You go to the casino, you bring, let's say, $1,000. The wrong mentality is the $1,000 that you're willing to lose, right? But that's how we all go to the casino.
Yeah,
$1,000.
I walk in with $400. I'm like, I'm not leaving here with this.
Yes,
not. I come out with 300 or I come out with 800. It's a good day.
Last 3 times I went to the casino. I'll tell you the story real quick. I've been trying to send you the picture, but it still hasn't sent from fucking yesterday. But the casino that near me finally got bubble craps, which I absolutely fucking love. When I'm gambling with bubble craps, I usually put 20 on 6, 20 on 8, 20 on 9. If not, I'm doing 30s, right? So it's $900 or it's $90 on the table. If a 7 comes along, that $90 goes away. But if you hit on a 6, you get paid out like 104% of your bet. So you bet 30, you get like $36 additional in profit.
Yeah.
So 2 times ago, I go to the casino, walk out, I text you the picture, 480, and I think the other one was like 590 or something like that.
Yeah.
Putting $100 in. Big cocky asshole goes there yesterday, got some time to kill, and I think they turned up the fucking dice. I don't know what they did, but dude, it rolled 7s 3 times in a fucking row. I guarantee you that there's not necessarily a mathematical probability that makes any fucking sense in this lifetime or any other where you're going to roll 3 7s in a fucking row.
Yeah.
Fuck you. And the guy next to me has different dice because we're all playing our own bubbles. And I would have a 3 and a 2. He would have a 4 and a 1.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 5. He rolled a 5. Do it again. 8 and 8. Different.
The number's the same, but different combination.
Yeah. And if you Google, is bubble craps authentic? Is it riggable or whatever? It says it's not riggable. Not buying that at fucking all. There's no way. There's no fucking way.
You know, do you want to know? Here's how I can tell you it's not. Well, even then, you got to trust the casino. It's not riggable. Okay. Have a way to open the dome to change those dice out occasionally.
Sure.
Like they do in a regular craps game.
Yes.
So you're telling me that these dice can't have a weight in them? You can't tell me they don't have anything in them? And again, people are like, why do casinos need to cheat? Because the edge, it's that massive house edge. Why do they need to cheat? Why do you think we need to count cards? To move that edge slightly in our favor.
Move the needle, even if it's 2 or 3%.
Dude, it doesn't need to be that. It needs to be 1%. And people are gonna do it.
Dude, I swear to God that
my fucking ears are ringing.
Like every fourth spin was a fucking 7. Yeah. I didn't see a 7 for the other 2 times I was there. So I think that money was just aborting that machine was aborting fucking money. And they fucking dialed it up a little bit. I was having dreams of bubble craps, dude. Because, you know, like in our life, we're fathers, we're husbands, we have jobs. It's hard to find that place where you get the itch, where you're excited. Because every day is just another repeat of the day you just spent.
Groundhog Day.
I found my itch. I found the itch, baby. I found it. I was having dreams about it. I'm thinking like at lunchtime, maybe run out in between meetings, throw $100 in. Maybe I win, maybe I lose, whatever. And I'll take a loss. I'm not a fucking asshole about it. But to get 3 7s in a fucking row, it was $90 a spin. Really? Because I put 30 on every time. Dude, it fucking housed me. I'm still up with bubble craps, but I'm kind of pissed off at that.
Yeah.
Kind of pissed off. Whatever.
We were talking about learning Baccarat. So it's not Baccarat. It's Baccarat. You don't enunciate the T. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they'd have hard times with the R's in that too.
Yeah, that's what. Remember Lululemon? Didn't we talk about that one time?
Lululemon.
The guy named it so Asian people couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah.
It's actually on the Wikipedia. And if you're still there, tattoos.
She sent me a picture of it.
Is it on her tit?
No.
Oh.
Just like Google Translate.
Okay.
She's like, it doesn't look right. And okay,
What's
that's
it say?
fine. It's just just BRB, just 3 letters.
Okay.
But it's just like, we all know how fucking Korean and shit.
Come on.
Just, it's all symbols,
Yes.
so it's a way different
T
way. Yeah.
with a house next to it.
Yeah.
And a donkey.
Equals
got
MC
it, yeah.
squared, in a box. And then more letters in a triangle.
I
So
got
it's
you.
like, remember London had that Asian shit put on the back of his neck?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, it's supposed to be family. And then when you translate it, it means I eat dicks. Yeah, I would never get that done. Sorry.
Yeah. And I would
never get it done in a place I can't see it.
I would also do something that and I'm not telling you what to do because what the fuck? I got dumb tattoos. Had one removed, belly button. I don't know necessarily that I would do it, but fuck it. It's your body and it's your fucking husband and we love him. So fucking do it.
But just get it somewhere where you can see it. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah. Okay.
You get it in the inside of your arm or in the back of your leg. Somewhere you can
that's a good point.
Do not get it on your small of your back or on a shoulder, somewhere you cannot see it. You want to see that before it's done. I mean, obviously Google Translate that in a couple different places. Make sure it comes up to
see what's up. Yeah. Sure. It's fine.
And then make sure you just get it done. I mean, that's cool. You get it done in Korean because he was in the Korean War or he was in
he was in.
Yeah. I remember he was stationed in Korea. He always told me about that shit. And that's where his whole affinity for fucking piss warm beer came from.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Dude, I used to bust on his shit all the time about that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, my beer just sits next to my chair. I'm like,
temperature.
What are you talking about? He goes, it just sits next to my chair all the time. I just reach in and grab it. I'm like, it's not in the fridge. Why would I put it in the fridge? Bro, don't come to my house because I'm going to hand you a cold fucking beer.
Yeah. 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 I guess in England too, like you go to a bar and you get mostly like room temperature beer.
Yeah.
And I guess it's supposed to not give you bloat if it's room temperature, but also it tastes like a bag of assholes.
Yes.
Not for it. Oh. There's nothing better than a cold fucking beer.
Fuck. We were just talking about that. Was it you and me talking about ice cold beers like Heineken's and
the last show we did? You fucking drunk hippopotamus. Sorry, I didn't mean to be mean. I love you.
Fucking dick. This close to Christmas, and you pull that out.
Sorry, that's my fault. We're gonna be doing a live podcast at Vinny's Sports Bar and Horror Emporium in West Seneca.
I was gonna finish it with bar and grill because they have good food.
Oh yeah, food too. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
It's plausible.
Yeah,
there's been some whores there.
Good work. We're gonna be doing that on what, Monday the 30th. Monday the 30th. New Year's Eve. No, the eve of New Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve.
So, yeah, we're going to be doing that. And
it's gonna be, I already told, we need to have control of the jukebox. One, because I don't want to have to scream over it and have it in the background of our podcast. Two, I just don't need to listen to Stairway and have it over and over for 3 hours.
I gotta tell you,
music. That's fine. Donna's gonna turn it down
1 to 4.
Yeah, which is right in the middle of the fucking that weird crowd that comes in.
Sure, which is great.
And I said, I'm not bringing the speaker in. It's not going to get projected through the bar. We're gonna sit back in the corner just like we did outside, which ended up being fucking perfect.
Oh, so we're not doing the speaker.
I don't want to project this through the bar and piss people off because I'm not going to get into a fight there.
I'm cool with that.
I told you this the last time we were there. Cool. They were arguing about the fucking jukebox and everything. I'm going to make sure Ryan tells people and Jill tells people and Don tells people there's a podcast between 1 and 3, 1 and 4. Jukebox, you play songs, but it ain't going to be fucking cranked. You're not going to
agree. That's
turn
fine.
it up to 11, man. No, it ain't. I'll go over there and pull the fucking plug.
Is there any worse song on the planet than Hotel California?
Nope. The
I think
Eagles
that
are
is
fucking
by
awful.
far the worst. No, take it easy. Good song. You're driving down the road, just broke up with your girlfriend. You're going to go drive and see the new girlfriend. Take it easy. Good song. I'm for it. Hotel California sucks assholes, dude. I'm not a fan at all.
Nope.
But yeah, so that should be fun.
Every time I hear that song, did you ever see the movie Ghost Ship?
No.
Really?
Ghost Ship.
Ghost Ship.
Okay. Have you ever watched the show Oak Island? So sorry. Get into Ghost Ship. What's it about?
Ghost Ship. Obviously, just like it sounds. Some bounty hunters, treasure hunters, whatever, come across a ship floating in the middle of fucking God knows what ocean.
Sweet.
Just floating. Get on board. You're looking around. It's fucking.
You know what? I think I saw the
deserted
preview
shit.
for that, and I thought it looked like a good fucking show.
And then they have flashbacks to like the days like the Titanic days when they had big bands and shit. Everybody was dressed up, and like shit happened, and like this weird guide wire, whatever on the ship snapped, and it tightened
cut
up,
everyone in half.
cut everybody. Everybody died.
Yeah.
So they're all like haunting this ship. So when these bounty hunters, treasure hunters get on there, like the spirits of the ship are hunting them as well, whatever. So every fucking time, I've seen a movie a couple times, it's actually not awful.
Cool. Yeah.
Every time I hear that Hotel California song, because we listen to oldies at work every once in a while,
sure,
and it comes on, it has that same vibe of they're like, we haven't had this spirit since 1969, and it has that for some reason the song resonates with me as it being this dude was reliving a past time.
Okay.
In the song, and
sure.
it was like, you can stay here, but you can never check out or whatever.
Yeah, you can never leave. Yeah.
And it kind of had that kind of vibe. That's how I relate to that song.
Sure.
But then every time I fucking hear it, I'm just like looking around for some blunt instrument to fucking impale myself with.
It just sucks. Like,
yeah.
Tanya and I were out when we were still living in North Carolina, and we went to this bar that was started by a guy from Buffalo in Apex, and they had this band, and they start playing Hotel California, and the guy's looking at me, and I kind of make this like face to Tanya. And so they take a break after that because obviously everyone in the fucking bar is asleep after you play that fucking song live.
Yep.
He comes over, he goes, did you not like you had a problem with like, he wasn't being like fighty, but he was just like, what's the deal? And I was like, I just fucking hate that song. He goes, really? It's like one of the best songs ever. I'm like, it's my personal thing. I just think it's a shit song.
I do too.
He's like, well, what do you like? And I'm like, I don't know. You guys.
Who is this?
No, I didn't say that. But I was like, based on the group that they had, I'm like, you guys would probably rock the Doors. He's like, yeah, we fucking play the Doors. I'm like, great, fucking play the Doors. And they did it. And it was great. It was awesome. People were dancing. People were having fun. Hotel California makes you literally want to put a knife in your dick hole. Like it's not a good song.
No, and I just like
now if I wrote it, would I play it in front of everybody? Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey,
I got it. All right. Hey. We have a New Year's resolution right now.
Me and you?
Yep.
Okay.
You and I by February 1st. About a month and a half. Okay.
Yep.
The first week of February podcast, you and I need to each with each other or our wives. It might be by then before
ideally each other, but that's cool.
That'll probably happen first. Rewrite Hotel California.
Okay, I can learn it on guitar.
I don't want to hear you play it on guitar. I want you to rewrite the lyrics We need a reboot of that song. Is there any way we could do this? I'm not saying you and I together. I'm just saying you do it, I do it. Is there any way we can make that song better?
Mine's going to be about Hunter's Pardon. Hunter's Pardon.
Mine's going to be about anything else than what it was ever written about.
Yeah. Let me show you this. So this is my video of the week.
Ooh.
And the premise is kind of funny.
Or gay.
Because we've all been there. We've all, in our younger days, in our salad days, as they call it, which I don't know why they call it a salad day. Our salad days? I don't know why that's even a phrase.
Who is saying that?
Where's the
phrase? Must be a British thing.
What is salad days?
Can't compute because it's not a thing.
Yeah, our salad days. A period when one is young and inexperienced. The war seemed to be ending, so were my salad days.
Never heard this phrase ever before in my life. Never.
Huh, okay. Yeah.
If somebody were to say, "Oh, back in my salad days," I'd be like, "Were you a vegan?" They're like, "No, man. Back when I was a youth, I would have punched him right in the fucking mouth."
So it also discusses the peak of a heyday, journey back to the salad days of the railways. I don't know why that's stuck in my head.
Somebody, I hate that.
But our salad days.
Okay.
Back in our salad days, we've all been in a situation where you like the girl that for some reason likes somebody else, and you know that guy is not good for the girl.
There's a song about this, Jesse's girl.
Yes. Jesse is a friend. You know he's been a good friend of mine.
I want to fuck his girl because she's no good for him.
But in the same segment, there's probably a girl that's looking at you that wonders why you're chasing somebody that can never be caught. Right?
Ooh.
That's pretty eloquent, right? I think I did a great job there, right? Wow. This video is fucking, dude. I don't laugh. I don't LOL very much because most of the things I see, if it's really funny, I get mad that I didn't think of it.
Yeah. I was like, dude, I'm thrown out. I could have thought of that.
Yeah. I get really mad that I didn't think of it. So fuck him, whatever. Like if I watch Anthony Jeselnik's comedy, who's fantastic, by the way, he's got a special on Netflix. It's fucking great. Yeah. I get so mad that I can't figure out where he's going. Because the logical explanation to his joke, or the logical punchline is going to be here, and it's always here or here. You never can guess it.
Yeah, you would expect that to be linear.
Yes.
It's going, and they're taking you on a journey, and you're just following this path. And all of a sudden, bang, there's the punchline. All of a sudden, you're on that path, and they're like, you know what? Turn signal. Foop,
and you can't figure it out.
And you come back to it, and you're like, motherfuck you.
Yeah, you can't get it.
I fall into this in just off top, real quick tangent is with music. We'll listen to the EDM music and DJs. All of a sudden, they'll be playing a part of a song, and they'll hit that fucking one word in a chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And then they'll loop it, and they close that loop. So it goes instead
up,
of one beat, now it's 3/4 and half and whatever. And do. And at that moment, they have the next song right there. Stop one, play the other, and you're fucking there, and you never knew you were going there. And you're like, dude.
Now, like when I was trying to write jokes, I could never write jokes. Brian Herberger can write jokes. Premise, this, whatever, punchline, on to the next one. I was always just talking shit. This is why Brian's still doing comedy. I'm definitely not. But like the ability to walk someone through a segmented joke, because he doesn't have any jokes that marry up to another. It's just punchline. To walk people through it and to have it be interesting for fucking 52 minutes or whatever special is fucking great. I suggest you watch it. Anyways, this video is the depiction of what I just described. It is the guy, why do women only like stupid jerks who treat them like shit? And then it'll pan over and it's a girl saying, why does this guy who's awesome keep trying to chase something he can't catch? I found this to be, number one, amazing. It's relatable. And we'll play the video. Here we go.
Why do women only like jerks who treat them like shit? Why do guys only want bitchy bimbos who walk all over?
Fuck you for letting me believe that was going to be serious for a hot minute. We were going to have a legit conversation. I want nothing to do with you anymore.
So for those of you that listen to this, it's a picture of a guy watching a girl walk away with a guy.
It's a guy and a girl.
Yes. And another guy watching the girl that he loves go away with a guy that is definitely not good for her, and he's an asshole. Then it pans over
to a mousy chick,
and it's a girl saying, why do guys only chase bimbos and not be with somebody like me? And then it pans over again, and there's a guy on the sidewalk,
naked guy,
sucking his own dick. Dude, I was gonna send that through the chat, and I'm like, this is just it. It actually made me hysterically laugh out loud because I didn't see it coming. It was a Anthony Jeselnik type of joke where you go, okay,
whatever. Shit, man. I love not knowing where we're going. Like, there's a dude on Instagram, is a black guy, literally looks like Jarian, and he watches other DJs do transitions. Yeah. And his big thing, he's like, all right, man, where are you taking me today? Where are you taking me? And the DJ's doing this shit, and there's a build up, and you're like, all right, cool. And there's gonna be all of a sudden the song completely switches, but it has just a touch to do with what happened. And all of a sudden you're like, okay, a lot of them are good, some of them are shit. But that's the thing, is like, you never know where you're going with it. Like, that's what I like about DJs. They can play some songs, and all of a sudden you're on, one genre, and all of a sudden dude drops a Miley Cyrus banger. Everybody's going nuts. Jeselnik can do that shit too.
Yeah.
Talking about something, weird. And all of a sudden the fucking 180 hits you, and you're like,
it's so strange. Yeah. That was
like, it's so much better, so much gooder. Whatever. Yeah. To be on that journey where you don't know where you're going, but when you get when you finally get there, it's fucking great. Rather than, I saw that joke coming a mile away, because I guess that's the whole thing. Nobody wants to see that come from a mile away.
One of the most relatable jokes I've ever heard, and I'm going to butcher it because I can't ever remember jokes, but was Louis C.K. bit where he's talking about going on vacation with his family when he was married back in the day before he jacked off in front of chicks and got canceled, which is egregious to me because he asked for permission. So whatever. Yeah. But he goes, we're going on vacation. We get the kids in the car, and the car seats in the car, and I open the door for the wife, and we're all, it takes forever to get these kids in the fucking car. And, tie your shoes. All those cats. Right?
Yeah.
You finally get them in the car. We're going on vacation, of which I know I'm not going to enjoy anything. I get my wife in the car, I shut the door, and I walk around the car, and that is my vacation. That to me is relatable as a father, as a husband, as you get dragged to go do shit that you don't want to do. That to me is a great joke, but there's no setup punchline or setup premise or premise setup punchline. It's just, it's an accurate depiction of your life where you go, holy shit, I've been there.
Yeah.
I like those kind of jokes.
Yeah, me too.
So me watching fucking Jeselnik is like, I'm like, what, like a kid watching a goddamn magic trick, because my brain does not work that way.
Yeah,
it just does not.
I sit there and watch all these people post these videos and pictures of their whole family on vacation, this, that, and everything. And I'm like, that looks great. If I were to try to attempt that, all I would be doing is screaming and yelling at one or both of my kids.
But the key to that is most people.
Here's the key. I held the key in my hand.
Yes. Oh, dude, Christmas Vacation, when after Clark freaks out and his dad comes in and talk to him, and he goes, he goes to his dad, and not having my dad not around anymore. I wish I had these like little bits of wisdom, that I could get. But he's like, how'd you keep it together? You know, like how'd you do all this? He goes, I had a lot of help from Jack Daniels. And I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
But we talked about this earlier in the beginning of the podcast. I have this weird affinity for coaches talking football and talking old stories. So John Gruden was recently signed to Barstool Sports, to the point where he assigned some employees an offensive position and started teaching them plays. So, and it's awesome to see regular people try to line up as a formational offense, and then he's calling different things out. So if it's 322, which is even, the running back would switch to the right side, because if you run to the right, typically it's an even hole. Left is odds. You know, so like you're watching these people that have never played football before actually dynamically line up in a position, stuff like that. But now he's starting to also talk about war stories, which is really fucking funny. So he talked about Sebastian Janikowski.
Big leg.
Raiders. Drafted in the first round.
Yeah. One of the first kickers ever taken in the first round.
Other than that, the only other person that was taken in the first round as a kicker or punter was also by the Raiders, and it was a punter.
Ray Guy?
Guy, yes. Yeah, Guy or something like that.
Yeah.
But he's telling this story now, which seems to me like I wanted to ask you this too. After we watch this video, I want to ask you, if you were him, would you tell this story knowing that you're probably kind of not incriminating for some people, but like tarnishing the legend of some people? So here's the story.
Jack missed some of the details of his job on Sunday.
That's not true.
Because he was a little banged up.
We were playing when I was with the Raiders. We drafted Janikowski in the first round.
Yep.
Janikowski, he was missing field goals the first 3 games, and I was really pissed. So we went to play the Saints in New Orleans, and Janikowski's late for curfew. He didn't get back until 3 o'clock in the morning, so now I'm really pissed. He can't make field goals, and he can't make curfew. So we're playing, I swear, we get the opening kickoff, might have been the second possession. We get a couple first downs, and it's a 58-yard field goal, 56-yard field goal. I go, field goal. And Bob Casulo, the special teams coach, he says, are you out of your fucking mind? He's drunk. He can't make it. I go, field goal. I actually wanted him to miss. He hit it right down the...
Which is great as a coach.
Yeah.
You want to give your players enough rope to hang themselves.
Yep.
You're fucking up. You're a first-round draft pick. You're not hitting your field goals anyways. Now you miss curfew.
You're a fucking kicker. That got drafted in the first round. Literally,
You got one
there's
job.
only going to be 2 or 3 of you guys in history.
Yeah, and still, this is probably, 20-something years ago. He's
Yeah.
still the only kicker that I can think of that's been drafted in the top 3 or 4 rounds, period.
Middle, I met him on the near half. Great fucking kick, man. Love you, brother.
So Janikowski goes in, hits a 57 or 58-yard field goal, and Gruden goes up and goes, great fucking kick. I knew you could do it. And the guys go,
As long as you can play.
Only in New Orleans. Only in New Orleans.
What? He was. Oh, he was shit.
so he goes out in New Orleans, is absolutely fucking shit-faced, and hits a kick.
Dude, but the thing is, I know that, I don't know, whenever the fuck he was in the league, 15, like you said, 15, 20 years ago?
2001, I think.
23 years ago? So just back this shit up.
Yeah.
How many of these guys in sports were doing rails at halftime?
Oh, dude.
Smoking cigarettes, drinking beers in between.
There's that
periods in
great
hockey.
picture of Len Dawson, I think, in the first Super Bowl having a cigarette at halftime.
Hockey players, notorious smokers.
Yeah.
These guys went out there with no fucking helmets and played hockey. Just fucking heaters in the locker room. I'd go out there and fucking play another 2-minute shift.
You know what amazed me about the
This
Jordan
should
doc?
happen more often than most of you people that don't follow sports or are a casual sports fan know. The stories I know to be true about the Bills Super Bowl days, those 4 motherfuckers, yeah, absolutely insane that these
Zooted.
guys were still fucking top-notch athletes.
Yeah.
And could perform at that level, and you'd never fucking know it.
Yeah. I heard from the dude that gets the ketchup and mustard squirted on him some stories. We were at Big Tree? We were at Big Tree, me and Tanya. And Marv, the coach of the Bills, outlawed the Bills being able to leave the facility and go to Big Tree because they would leave practice, go there for lunch, and get fucking sideways drunk to the point where Thurman Thomas's wife, allegedly, knock on wood, I wish I had the allegedly, it's gone now, had to go and help him stand. He was so drunk during practice. Allegedly. Thurman Thomas, one of my all-time favorite players. I love him. Our friends with him. Pretty awesome. So they would order salads with extra ranch, and the ranch was Rumpleman's.
I can absolutely confirm this story because the guy that owned the Big Tree Inn during those days, I personally know and has told me these stories and numerous more on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
And this is not me being a flex. And this is not me being shitting on the Bills, making bad things worse. This is confirmed. I have told Chris this before. I've told him who this guy is.
But I think that's how everybody was. Not
Both
just the
of our
Bills.
stories
it was
have
everybody.
meshed.
Yeah.
And people that knew, people that didn't knew, whatever. I remember when Jim Kelly opened his sports bar downtown network. Jim Kelly was a notorious drinker, loved fucking powdering his nose and meeting women. People didn't want to see him for that. But guess what? The people that were around knew. I also dated a girl who was friends with now Jill Kelly. That was enamored at first when they started dating. Oh my God, dating Jim Kelly, superstar for the Bills, blah, blah, blah. You clapped around a little bit, talked to your friends. Friends tell their boyfriends. Really didn't go any farther than me because I really didn't give a fuck. It didn't involve me. But I heard about it all the time back then. And that's when karma comes back and bites you and your fucking kid's a vegetable.
Yep.
And you get fucking cancer.
Allegedly.
Don't do stupid shit. Don't do stupid shit.
Well, I mean,
be good people.
All things come back to collect. You know, I was trying to tell my mom, it's weird being a son that has to tell their almost talk to their mom like you're the peer. It's kind of weird. It's a weird setup, you know. So my mom lost her brother. And immediately she turns into task man, you know, like we have to do this. I have to figure out, did he have an ID on him? How do you get the body from the hospital to this? How do you work out all the logistics when he's not local? You know, I got to call people. I got to get this. Did he have a will? How do I get access to his apartment? All this other kind of stuff. And the one thing I told her was, you know, you need to sit with grief. You can't post date grief, just like you can't post date being a shitty person. Because when it's time for that check to get cashed,
it's time to pay that fucking piper.
It comes back with massive interest on it.
Yeah.
And I foolishly did that with when my dad died. I put it off. I knew he was going to die the day he died, and I drove to North Carolina, and I finally got word that he died when I got to Pilot Mountain in North Carolina, and we all kind of knew what was happening. And I went to work the next day. I went to work the next day. And went to work the next. I was trying to build something. I was trying to, make something of me, and I should have taken time and sat with it, because man, when that motherfucker came back to collect, it came back in goddamn spades. Like, I had to go to the hospital. My heart was skipping beats. And the doctors are like, there's nothing wrong with you. But I every day I would go out in public, my heart would skip beat. I think I'm having a fucking heart attack. It's this post-dated check that I thought I could write on grief does not fucking happen. It's the same thing if you're a shitty person. Sooner or later, the cows come home and you are in Fucksville.
The cows come home to roost.
Yeah, dude. You're in Fucksville. What else did I have for you? So I did that one.
That was one thing too that I saw. A Facebook friend was like, friendly PSA, you do not get to dictate someone's timeline of grief.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. All right. So stop telling people to. What's colon and semicolon? Is colon the 2 dots? Semicolon's the one with the comma?
Yeah. Yep.
Colon. Quote, take the day to be angry, sad, disappointed, etc., and then go and do something about it tomorrow. End quote. They can sit with their grief for as long as they want and meditate on their movement forward. And then it's I'm gonna say that I'm gonna read this sentence, but before and after every word is the hands clapping emoji.
Okay. So
you do not get to dictate their timeline.
Mm-hmm.
White women, you hear me? This was posted on November 6th. And I was like, fuck, man, they lost a friend or a family member. And then Daryl's intuitiveness clicked.
Mm-hmm.
This was a post about
the election.
Your candidate losing the election.
Yep.
You are completely off base. You do not get to grieve an election. I'm sorry. You don't get classes off.
Sure.
You don't get work off. You don't. And if I'm your boss and you call and say, hey, I need tomorrow off. Like, are you okay? Is everything fine? Yeah. Kamala lost the presidency. As you know, I'm a Democrat, whatever. No, you need to be to work, because if you're not here, I will fire your bitch ass instantly.
Yeah.
So yes, you do get to grieve losing a friend, family member, friend of a friend that you've, grown close to, whatever. You do not get to grieve. You get to grieve a pet. I'm sorry. You lose a fucking pet. I hate cats. Your cat dies that you've had for 16 years. I get it.
I get it.
Your dog that you've had for 3 years dies, or 15 years dies, whatever. You've had a pet bunny. That shit I get.
It's an emotional thing.
An election?
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. That tells me right there you are completely mentally unstable to hold a job, to actually vote, to be a functioning member of society. Sorry, fuck off.
And the opposite side of that, I was going to say conversely side of it, but the other side
I would have let that one slide.
If let's say that the person that she wanted to win won, is she going to work harder?
Yeah, exactly.
It's not the case. No. It's not the fucking case. Yeah. So in honor of our I have a deep love affair with Barkley and Shaq and the TNT guys.
I do too. And I hate the NBA. I do. I enjoy seeing clips of those assholes fuck around. I love it. Oh my God. Wait. He did it again.
Oh
my God. Yes. I'm all for this. More.
There's no volume. I don't know how to get volume on it.
Down in the bottom right, click the volume button, dumb and dumb.
There's no.
No. All the way over.
I don't see a volume.
You were just there.
It's not on my screen. I swear to God.
Okay, so move your cursor to the right. Keep going. A little bit more. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Right there. Click.
That's new message.
Oh, I couldn't see what it says.
Yeah. So he throws them into a tree. And then he goes, hey, which one's mine? He goes, oh, the big blue one over there. Fucking did it again. I mean, first of all,
dude, Kenny Anderson pushes fucking Shaq, one of the largest human beings on earth, into a Christmas tree. How are you not fucking hiding somewhere after that?
And I think 2 years ago, Shaq was near the tree, and they paid an intern to push the tree over onto him as well.
Oh yeah,
it's a thing. It's a thing. You can't get better than that fucking show. And I have no interest in the NBA at this point.
No,
and
I will pay money if I ever have to for a subscription to watch those guys talk about sports.
Yes, yeah.
I honestly wish they would have held out and said, "You pay us $1 billion." Those 4 assholes have their own sports talk show. They talk about every sport. I mean, obviously they're all NBA alums.
Sure. Yep.
Or are deep in the NBA realm. But I would love to see Shaq commentate.
Oh my God, talk about football and shit.
Hockey.
Oh my God, yes.
Something like that. I would love to see these guys talk about every fucking sport. I mean, it's so cool watching the shit that like Snoop does. I mean, Snoop was fucking gangster rapper. He probably has killed people in the past. Allegedly, we don't know this. He's not going to admit it. But he was a gangster. He was in a fucking gang. He was badass dude that you would never, ever, ever, ever cross. Snoop is now commentating the Olympics, and people are watching Olympic events just to hear Snoop talk about shit he knows nothing about. Why? Right. Because he makes it relatable and makes it funny as fuck.
You know, I got to tell you, I'm not a Snoop lover. Not for anything he did. I just think the Martha Stewart Snoop stuff, it just seemed hokey to me, so like,
yeah. Okay. That's great. But you're putting you're putting an old fucking white woman who probably at some point in her life was racist with one of the biggest well-known gangster rappers, blackest dude that grew up in the streets together. And they have this weird chemistry that
it's a good mix. It's a good mix.
Works.
Yeah. But sometimes you see shit and you just go, I'm not buying it. Like for some reason, something just clicks with you and you just go, it's not my thing. Yeah. But I saw Snoop with Jelly Roll and they're walking backstage.
Oh yeah. I just saw this on social media.
Yeah. And this kid gets to meet Snoop Dogg and Snoop Dogg signs his arm.
Oh, so he had a cast on.
Yeah.
And he played Fortnite.
Arm. Yeah.
And he's like, yo, you got my skin? He's like, no, I can't afford it. He goes, $50K Fortnite money for this dude.
V-Bucks, to the kid. And that to me, I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
You and obviously Snoop Dogg doesn't give a fuck about what I think about it. But like for a long time, I just thought that it was a very big jump the shark moment. Like when we came up with Snoop, he was like this lean dude, Dr. Dre's like right-hand man, just rapping and shit. And he was gangster as fuck and he's Crip and all this other shit. And now he's like scissoring with Martha Stewart. And you're like, you know what I mean? So I just thought it was like a jump the shark kind of moment. But
I also kind of attributed it to the fact that gangster rap died in the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are these guys gonna do? I mean, we all watched what did Ice Cube do?
Yeah.
Made movies, started movies,
yep,
produced movies. Snoop was in a bunch of movies. At some point, when you're relevant, huge in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, and everything, and then you realize that hey, gangster rap isn't a thing. Guess what you can do? 50 G's. I'll throw down a bar in your song.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's some unknown rapper coming up with Snoop. And Snoop's line's hot as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
record sells.
But
You keep doing that shit. Guess what? All of a sudden, hey, Snoop's still in the game, still got it. We're gonna put him in a commercial.
But seeing him behind the scenes, because like for the longest time, and I don't follow him on anything, and maybe I should now, but you only see him where everything's overproduced.
He's on what? He's on a show too, the Voice, right?
Yeah. Even that, like,
but
it just
the
seems.
Thing is, he's a musical talent. He knows
for sure.
He knows the shit. And
and I'm not talking shit on him. I just think like,
hey, dude, that's your thing. I mean,
for the longest time, I'm like,
I want more of him around.
But to see him interact with somebody and be cool and be friendly, I was like, fuck, man. Maybe
the thing is, right now, you don't. Is anybody saying bad shit about Snoop?
Nothing.
Like, no, he didn't stop and say hi. He didn't sign my kid's hat or whatever.
Nothing.
You don't hear that shit. So that tells me he's doing something right. Like,
so
my kids, I grew up on Snoop. Me and Snoop are literally a couple years apart.
Oh, he's old as fuck then, huh?
Yeah. My kids know who Snoop is. I have a 15-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son.
Yep.
And my son knows who he's like. Every time they see him, there's Snoop Dogg. And I'm like, part of me's like, I didn't tell you about Snoop. So how do you know about Snoop?
Right.
Oh, he does a Fortnite commercial. He does this. He's hanging out with Martha Stewart. He's doing the Olympics. My kids are seeing him. And like during the Olympics, Aubrey thought it was the greatest thing ever. She was dying laughing watching Snoop do equestrian shit.
Yeah.
Again, you throw a fucking black man from the ghetto, and I'm not talking the west side of Buffalo. I'm talking the epicenter of ghetto.
Compton.
Compton. Into a fucking predominantly white sport about horses in the Olympics, and watching Snoop actually genuinely lose his mind when they do something cool.
Yeah.
I loved it. And I honestly think a lot of people could be like, okay, I can relate to Snoop. He's kind of cool.
Sure. Yeah, like I get it.
Tom Brady, the fucking villain. All those years winning all those Super Bowls, everybody hated him. He goes to Tampa Bay, gets drunk after the Super Bowl and the parade on the boat, throws the fucking trophy, gets off the boat, and then he's got people holding on to him because he's so drunk. Everybody's like, wait.
That humanized him a little bit.
Exactly. Tom Brady's not a robot. He's human. Yeah. And everybody started to soften on him, and they're like, he's not a bad guy. I'm like, you were blinded by the hate for so long.
I did want to play this for you too. San Francisco.
Where's my disco?
Just hired. So the San Francisco's Department of Health of Public. Sorry. Reading. San Francisco's Department of Public Health just hired a woman as a consultant on weight stigma and weight neutrality. Now, if I were to say, Daryl, is this lady going to be hot or
doesn't need to be hot?
Looks like a fat piece of shit.
There's the key point.
Where are you going to be at? So,
if she's talking about those things, she should be relatively close to being in shape. Hot or not, I don't care about that because you
healthy-ish.
Some way healthy. So we can agree to disagree. You don't need to be fucking smoke show to do this. You can be fucking plain Jane, but be in shape and following your own guidelines. Correct?
Yes. The key is.
Oh boy, I know where this is going.
Oh, you're gonna hate this.
I know.
And that's why I put it on there. The key is like buzzwords, right?
Yeah.
So buzzwords like neutrality. So you gotta you got to look at things a little bit. So what does neutrality mean? The state of not supporting or helping either side in a conflict, disagreement, impartially. Quote, during the war, Switzerland maintained its neutrality. So they hired her as a consultant on weight stigma and weight neutrality. Neutrality is a state of not supporting or helping either side in a conflict.
Is it?
So the word in her job description mean nothing. The other word is stigma. So she's a consultant on weight stigma and weight neutrality. So then you go, okay, well, what does stigma mean? Stigma means a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person. Stigma. Okay, so you are a lady. I think that's how she identifies. She's hired as a consultant on weight stigma, which is a mark of disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, and weight neutrality. Neutrality means the state of not supporting or helping either side of a conflict.
No,
Those words don't go together.
they don't. They
So your job title literally means
contradict
shit.
each other.
If I get an email from somebody in my day job, and their email signature is more than like their job title is more than 4 words, I do not respond to them because I already know the problem it's going to be. If you're the executive marketing decision maker of whatever, and whatever, no. If after their name they have a bunch of like acronyms, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm not even going to take your call. Yet. So this lady, this lady's going to rub you.
I'm already angry, dude.
Wrong way, son. She looks exactly. Okay, before I even show you the picture, tell me what you're thinking you're going to see. I'm going headphones over. Like it.
Who is our Secretary of Health? That's all. It's all I'm picturing right now. Is that
you pretty much hit it.
God, I'm on point.
Yeah, you're 100% on point. So this is her talking about her job.
My name is Virgie Tovar, and I'm the author of You Have the Right to Remain Fat, as well as a few other books on fat positivity and body acceptance.
So fat positivity. Let's talk about that real quick.
Those 2 words should never be used in the same sentence ever, and or as a crutch.
But objectively, we can both understand that there are people that are fat, and I'm sure that they don't want to be fat, but they don't know how to. They fuck me in the dick.
I immediately regret this decision.
They don't know how to not be fat, and their lifestyle. Hold on, I'm getting there. Their lifestyle and how they've been conditioned as a person has led them to be in this place that they simply just don't know how to get out of. We can all agree that we've met people like that, be it gambling, be it maybe cheating, eating, drinking, drugs, all that kind of stuff. I do believe that there's something out there for people where it's a hole that they just can't get out of. So then they start to justify it. And if there was a person hired for heroin neutrality and whatever, you'd be like, but you're not helping people get off of heroin, right? If there's somebody hired by the government,
justify the fact that it's okay to do it.
we're going to let you be okay with being a guy that drinks 2 bottles of vodka a day. That would be against the standard of health that we hope that all people can achieve. So why put people in positions like this when there is an obesity problem, there is a fucking Coca-Cola problem, there's a candy bar problem, there's all this other kind of shit. Why are you normalizing that it's okay to be that way? Why not put people in positions to help people get out of that position? That's my question. Daryl, go ahead. I yield to you.
I forgot what I was going to say.
Cool. We can play Fatty McGee's fucking whatever.
Acceptance. When I think about what people might be surprised by or what you wouldn't think of when you think of eating disorders, I immediately think of being.
So to me, when I think of eating disorder, I think of someone that is bulimic or anorexic. I don't think of. There's no eating disorder if you're fat. You just eat a lot.
Yeah.
Right? A disorder is inherently you're doing it the wrong way.
So
if you're fat, there's no disorder. You're really good at eating.
Yeah. I blame. I think I'm putting the train back on the tracks here.
Mhm.
I blame this whole Lizzo movement where everybody said she's just a beautiful, beautiful woman.
Yeah.
And she's comfortable in her own skin. And I go back to this comment we've made numerous times in this show is walk up to a thinner girl and just tell her you
That's a Jeff Dye joke. Yes. Yeah.
you remind me of Lizzo. And they're like, what? I'm like, well, you feel like
she's
you're beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. You guys are all pumping her up saying she's beautiful and there's nothing wrong with her. I'm like, I'm telling you the same thing, but you're like, but she's fat. So you think whoa, see there's the disconnect with this whole thing.
And what happens
this is the other problem with this.
Go ahead, sorry.
Why are all these fucking alleged nutritionists and people in these kind of jobs, why are they all fat? I'm sorry. I'm going to call
why is a person that's in charge of America's health a fat trans woman that used to be a guy?
Why are you not 130 pounds at your perfect height and you are in the gym 3 to 4 days a week? And why are you not eating correctly? Yes, sure, you're going to have fucking pizza on a Saturday because you don't want to cook anymore. And that's fine. But you don't look like a fucking giant melted Yankee candle.
Oh, and so now you get to recycle jokes. Got it.
Fuck off, dude. You know how hard I worked to try to come back from that today without using a recycled joke, and I just let it go. You dumb cunt.
So the other side of this is imagine if you're San Francisco's Department of Public Health and you hire her to
whoever hired her needs to be fired.
Well, okay, so let's say that we run San Francisco. Number one, do some of the homeless people.
Let's find another city to run.
Number two, you know,
gay shit. Cut the gay shit out.
But I would totally hire somebody like this for this position with the idea that she's going to help people get from where she's at to where maybe healthy guidelines are.
You have 2 years to show me that you're following your own fucking plan.
Get people that don't walk to walk. Get people that can only walk to run. That kind of stuff. That's moving the ball forward.
You have a cell phone.
Yeah.
Take a video of yourself at the gym walking on a treadmill.
Sure.
Riding a bike. Show yourself walking up the
Normalize
stairs.
being healthy
versus
not normalizing being obese.
You work on the 15th floor. I don't expect you to walk 15 floors when you're that big.
Go to the 13th.
No, dude. Start small.
Sure.
Show me walk to the 3rd floor and get on the elevator. Show me you're doing that. 3 months later, guess what? I'm on the 4th floor. Now I'm taking the elevator. And whatever. Show me this. Show me the
celebrate
fact that you're
achievements.
making dinner. Yes.
Versus normalizing failure.
Exactly. Instead of just saying words and not showing me anything. I went to the nutritionist at work. She looked like that girl. I'm like, why am I taking advice from you? You obviously don't understand portion control, but I'm supposed to listen to you about portion control.
And this is taking, sometimes we sound like assholes. And I'm not trying to sound like an asshole. I'm trying to say that if the state or the city in this case, or the country actually cared about health, they would show people the steps necessary to take to getting healthy versus normalizing being unhealthy, which is what she does. Now, these types of people that look like Jiminy Glick in a wig, they use words that don't make sense. Even, for example, stigma and weight neutrality, those don't go together. That actually makes no sense.
What is that? What are those words called? It's not an oxymoron.
Gay?
No.
Yes.
No, it's not an oxymoron.
But they also, in their speak, they use words that don't make sense either.
No. There's just people that most people aren't going to understand, and they can get away with it.
And so let's let her talk for a little bit.
Being a kid, I was a kid in a larger body, a teen in a larger body, and also I'm an adult in a larger body.
So you've never actually tried.
Great pause.
Yeah. She looks like a fucking hamburger's just gonna.
I'm about to eat 6 cheeseburgers.
She looks like that Snapchat filter where a bunch of hot dogs are flying in your mouth.
And the message I always got from my doctor was shrink your body by any means necessary. And it really felt like there was a sense of a don't ask, don't tell. So because I truly, truly, truly believed, right, and this is where I think the surprise comes in. I really believed that this was about my health. I really believed that my doctor was right. Because why would I believe?
So your doctor is right in trying to get you to not be obese. Now, by all medical standards, I'm obese. I'm 6'2", 230.
Same here.
Could probably stand to lose some weight. I get it. I do work out. I do try to eat moderately okay. Sure, do I go on the sauce a little bit? Yeah. Should I dial it back? Absolutely. But no. That's why I work out. I work out so I can support my fucking bad habits.
Hi, my name is Virgie Tovar, and I'm the author of You Have the Right.
You
So
don't
she wrote
have
a book. She wrote a book called You Have the Right to Remain Fat.
No, you don't. You don't.
Now, you do as a person, if that's your goal. But instead of normalizing being unhealthy, why don't we try to normalize the urge to be healthy? Just like San Francisco's totally fine with fentanyl and those guys that are fucking like bent over backwards, licking their own asshole, like zombied out on the sidewalk.
Seriously, how does their back not hurt the next day?
Oh, dude, I saw this one where
I
didn't put on thing. This guy was basically, he would have won every limbo contest
I've
ever seen.
Right?
And like, but they're gonna like say that that's okay. It's not okay.
That's a whole nother story for probably not another day.
Now, if you want to be a fat fuck, be a fat fuck. That's great. That's great. If you want to own it and whatever, and not blame other people for your goddamn problems, I'm totally okay with that. But if I'm next to you on an airplane and I get the window seat and you're folding over into my goddamn seat because you only bought one seat and it's fat phobic to make you buy 2 seats because you're too fat to fit in one seat, that's a goddamn problem.
Yeah, I love those people that do that. They're like, oh, you're fat shaming me. No, motherfucker, you're 416 pounds. Buy 2 seats. Okay? It's how this works.
I saw
and you get enough of you fucking fatties on one side of the plane, we're all going down.
Have you
and
seen?
then when we crash and we're on an island and cannibals are trying to eat us, and you're wondering why they're going after you first.
You got the meat, son.
I don't want to hear it.
Have you seen this dude that is challenging his kids to spell words?
No, but I'm here for it.
Okay, and we can go after this. I think you're tapping out in a little bit. I could literally podcast for another 9 hours.
I know you could. I got a lot of shit to do tomorrow.
So, U.S. man angrily sends his 17-year-old son and 16-year-old nephew out of his house after they failed to spell the words philosophy and cute. Now, these are kids.
Oh my god! Okay. All right, I gotta get ready for this.
First of all, these are kids with. Sorry, farted again. These are kids with a positive male role model in their house, which is an inherent problem in America, anyways. Because
why is it? Why?
Because we can just pump and dump. You know what I mean? Like,
but who's we?
Men.
Are we gonna? Yeah, just us men.
Yeah, just men.
Okay.
I'm not winking. But so this is great. He grills these motherfuckers.
Philosophy. Spell philosophy. Ain't no way, bro. You 16, he's 17. Y'all juniors and seniors in high school, man. Spell it. Ain't no way.
Now I'm telling you right now, if I'm 16 or 17 and my dad has a whiteboard and asks me to spell philosophy, I'd probably get close. I know it starts with a PH, right? Patrice O'Neal had a joke. Gun to my mom's head, spell restaurant. You know, it's tough.
I can't. I don't think I could do it because I know there's a weird AU thing in there that I'm not sure how it goes.
RESTAURANT. Yeah. It's a weird one.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
Philosophy, pretty tough.
Here's
You
the
know,
thing, though. These kids don't know how to spell because phones correct it all the time. And if it
And-
doesn't correct it, they just let it go.
And phones also allow you to say, you are instead of you're or you are.
Yeah.
Like, so like there's a lot
And
of
these
vernacular
kids don't
issues.
know how to sign their name. Like they don't know how to sign a paycheck.
Oh yeah.
And that's like in my side hustle with the football helmet business, it is going to shit because these kids coming out who are going to be the next best thing in the NFL have no idea how to make a signature.
Oh yeah.
And nobody wants it because it's garbage.
Good point.
Okay, so
so philosophy, I'm going to give them a little grace here and say
this is on a scale of toughness for a 16, 17-year-old.
Yeah.
Wait, we erase the board. We're going to forget about the other stuff. I'm going to give y'all another chance. Spell philosophy. Mother.
So look, dude.
So
wait,
he wrote FAL.
Hang on. So the guy in the right is watching this, right? You sure he's not?
They're working together, so he's about to go.
Well, they're working together.
First one wrote FAL for philosophy.
Okay,
not a bad start.
It's a terrible.
Keep going. I'm curious. I'm curious to see. Come on, spell philosophy.
Part of me thinks this is staged as fuck.
It's not staged because they would have fucking changed the chirp. You'll hear it.
Yeah, I man, damn face.
Why?
Come on, get out the way. Let me see what y'all. Come on. All right. So that's
FAL.
Oh, y'all ain't done.
FALASEFEEY. Philosophy. I would think that if I were to get my son, who's 8, to spell philosophy, I think he'd do marginally better than these guys do, and they're double his age. But this kid has his nose in books all the time. He's a reader.
Me and Brady read a lot too,
which is great.
Yeah.
So philosophy. That's our final word. Philosophy.
Philosophy.
Sure. Look at y'all. Man, spell cute, Makai. Spell cute. I'm gonna give you something
cute.
Simple. I ain't even gonna say that.
Spell cute.
That's a fourth grade word, dog. Spell cute.
Chirp.
Spell it.
What's beeping in the background?
Dog.
QUTE. For cute.
Dude, he was way closer than they were with
philosophy. I think Haz used to have a joke. Yo, you got to check out my boy. His name Chemistry. KHMESTREIX. Chemistry.
Makai. That don't make no damn sense. That don't make no. I don't know what school you going to when you graduate.
Well, dude,
no. You're not graduating. If you can't spell those words,
they will because
they won't. Oh, because they're gonna push them through because we have to, because
dude, how often do you see it now? Like I think in California, you don't have to. Math is inherently racist now.
Yep.
Which makes no sense because if it was racist, Asians wouldn't be so good at it. If math was a white man's game, Asians wouldn't crush it. They crush it. If spelling was racist, every goddamn ESPN spelling bee wouldn't be run by fucking Indians.
Brown dudes, yeah.
Dude, they crush it. Can't put on deodorant. They can spell chemistry with a C.
Yeah.
That shit drives me fucking crazy. But these schools now, I'm actually...
We can't hurt their feelings. We have to pass them. No motherfucker, fail their bitch ass.
For fucking sure. And it seems like,
our
as
teachers
opposed
had no problem doing that back in the day. Imagine the Karens of today, putting them back 30-ish years when we were in school. And one of us, their children, didn't pass a class and listen to the argument that they had for that.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
And then the teachers just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Your boy, dumb as fuck.
So it used to
more
be
attention.
The parents and the teachers against the kids when we were coming up in school.
But
now
they were aligned for the better good of the child.
Of course.
And
now
it was 2 against 1 to make it all the way to the top.
Yeah, to make you better. I was a bad student. I think I'm a relatively smart guy.
I wouldn't say I was bad.
Oh, I'm a C and D student all day.
Yeah, I would say that. I was a C- D+ student, no problem.
Now I wouldn't call myself dumb.
I can't say that.
At the same point, school wasn't it for me. I wish somebody. I was talking to a customer about this today, I think, or yesterday. Today, I wish that they would have pulled some kids aside that had a spark of entrepreneurialism. Ooh, that's tough.
I
think I did good. Entrepreneurialism. Yeah.
Yeah, you got through that. You did not.
I kind of horse tongued it for a second. But
fine.
I wish they would have pulled us aside that had that spark, because you can be book smart. Sometimes with math, some kids just click and it's great, and they get the fundamentals out easy, and then everything you build upon it is great. I never had that. I'm a gold medalist at looking out the fucking window, dude. I'm just one of those guys. But if you put me and those book smart kids and say, try to come up with $500, I'm going to be the one that leads the goddamn team.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I wish that they would have put more emphasis on thinking on your feet and applauding that versus like, you want to be the guy that. So if I had to do like a oral report, I'd blow the English. No, I'm kidding. If I had to do an oral report,
lucky dude,
I'd go up there with no notes. I wouldn't read from a piece of paper. I'd remember it and then just talk. And this has served me very well in my life. This is why public speaking is so hard for some people, because they're all, yeah. So maybe even you're always hunkered down to the sheet, and you're focusing on reading. Now you're reading out loud. Now the words get jumbled, and now you misspeak, and then you get embarrassed.
Yeah.
I would memorize everything to the best of my ability and just go talk. I'll go talk about Mark Twain. Easy. So I never got nervous with that shit. But you give me a math test, zeros, dude. Zeros. I'm not hitting that. But
I'm trying to instill all this shit in my kids that all the mistakes that I made, I'm trying to not let them make them. I'm like, listen, man, Ob is she's on the fucking dean's list, plays 3 sports. I'm like, just take care of that.
Yep.
Please be good. I'm like, Brady, Aubrey was always like, I'm like, I have high hopes for Aub. I expect her to go to like a D1 school, go on a scholarship for sports or academics, and be a fucking, a new wave medical doctor or some shit like that. She's now telling me that she wants to go to like Bosie's or Harkness and do hair. She wants to be a cosmetologist. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what you do.
Sweet.
Happy. That's fine.
Yeah.
So we got to talking. We were joking around about something. And I was like, I was telling her, I was like, I just want both you kids not to make the same mistakes I have. I want you to have more opportunity than I ever had. That's what we're working for.
Yep.
That's all I want. I want the best for you guys. Here's your shot. We take it or not. Do something you love. Be happy. Okay.
Yep.
And
Same.
Aubrey is literally saying, she goes, Brady's going to be the one. She goes, that fucker is going to come up with something that is going to make him Mr. Beast money.
Yeah.
She goes, his mind is fucking moving at 1 billion miles an hour right now.
Yep.
And it's insane watching him think and talk and play games and how quick he picks shit up. Ob goes, he's going to be the one, Dad. He's going to be one that's going to make millions of dollars. And you don't want to know something? He ain't going to give me any of it. I'm like, you got to be that straight up. I go, but the thing is with Brady, though, he loves you. He's going to give you a bunch of it. She goes, he's going to be the one that fucking thinks of something that's going to make all the money. And I'm like, I'm looking at him. He's over there fucking licking his finger after he just itched his asshole. I'm like, are we talking about the same kid, right? This guy?
Is there a different kid? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, he's a couple of weeks ago when we got all this snow. He's in the backyard. And I told him about how to eat snow, fresh snow. Scrape the top layer off, dig down about an inch, get the nice white snow, and then you can eat that. Don't go all the way down to the ground. This motherfucker's out here eating snow that's got fucking dead leaves in it and shit. I'm like, this is same fucker you're talking about. It's gonna lead us to Mr. Beast money. Fuck
it's funny too when you have kids, you think that they're automatically gonna adopt your best qualities and omit your worst qualities. I was talking to another customer today, and we were talking about temperament and sports and all that kind of shit, like almost a Jordan talk.
Yeah,
and
came from.
I was like, when I watch my daughter play goalie for soccer, she has the same weird temperament that I have.
Yeah.
And my son hasn't found that one sport that really clicks with him yet.
Brady's
he plays
the
sports
same way.
Yeah. So with Brady too, like he plays the sports that he can play, but one day something's going to click with him, you know? And I don't know how far soccer is going to take her. I don't know how far any other sport's going to take him.
Yeah.
But when you're thinking about having a kid, you go, okay, so I'm pretty tall, quarterback, you know, you start doing all this shit in your brain. And the truth of the matter is, you have to be totally fine with letting your kids be who the fuck they are instead of trying to mold them into who you thought that they were going to be or who you thought you could have been if you weren't such a fuck up. So I find it oddly reassuring sometimes when Max does some stuff where it's far beyond what I would have done at that age.
Yeah.
And it's far beyond what I would have even thought of when I was that age.
Yeah, like everybody's like assuming Brady is going to play hockey. He's going to be a goalie. Do you want him to be a goalie like you? I'm like,
yeah, it's up to him.
One, because it's too fucking. I don't give a fuck what he does.
Sure.
I'm like, dude, play. I want to expose him to all the sports and pick one. And if he fucking decides that, you know, he's all into volleyball. He wants to do volleyball because his big sister does it. He wants to emulate her. And it's fine. I mean, he was doing good at ice skating and learning to skate and everything. And then he's just like, I don't want to do it. I'm like, I'm not forcing you, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, what about basketball? I want to play basketball. I want to play t-ball. He goes, I want to play volleyball. I'm like, all right, great. He plays all the sports. Want to play baseball, but the only thing he wants to do is hit home runs. I'm like, bro, when you play baseball, you have to play defense. You have to play the field.
Yep.
You might get put in right field, left field, whatever. You're not going to see a lot of action as a little kid. It's going to get boring. I don't want that. Okay. I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. You want to play fucking tennis? I hate the fact that if you want to ever play soccer, because I hate that sport, but if that's something he wants to do, then do it. Just play it.
Yeah.
I'm not forcing you to play hockey. I'm not forcing you to be a goalie. I would love the fact that in 10 more years when you're 18, you and I can rent the ice. We can play hockey together.
Yeah.
Not a lot of father and sons get that chance to do that shit. Like, I would like to do that. I mean, who can't grab a basketball and go to a park? It's a little different when you're trying to play hockey and you have to know how to skate and all that stuff. Like, I don't know how many years I got left. I mean, I keep thinking this is going to be it for me. But then now that I'm back and I'm more in conditioned and I'm not dying on the ice, I have that itch that I want to keep playing.
Why not?
Chris was like, how much longer? I'm like, I don't know, man. I was
Till
gonna
wheels
just
come
be
off, dude.
done.
Yeah.
Like, now I want to buy a new set of pads or a used set, but new to me. It just lasts me another 5 or 6 years. Just,
Sure.
Who knows?
The one rule that I didn't have when I was a kid, and I never really quit a sport. I quit football in 5th grade, East Aurora Giants. I just didn't like it. And I wish I would have stayed with it. My parents let me quit if I didn't like something. And so the one adjustment I've made as a parent now is if you sign up for it, you're going to do it. That's it.
Yeah.
Now for wrestling with Max, it's been great to see him do this because I've never seen. If you put your kid in wrestling, you will never see your kid work harder on anything in his life. It's the hardest sport in the world. There's a lot of really good lessons with it. And I'm telling you, we signed him up for a tournament one time, and I've never seen that kid work harder in his life. And I'm sitting there as a parent watching my son in the middle of this ring lose to somebody that has more experience than him. And I'm crying because I'm so proud. I'm not crying because he's losing. I'm like tearing up because I'm so goddamn proud of him, you know? Yeah. But also you don't quit. Now with this last wrestling thing he did, it was more about learning the skill of wrestling and not doing tournaments. I'm not going to sign you up for another tournament to just throw you to the goddamn wolves.
No.
Because
you gotta pay your dues, bro.
Yeah. It was unfair for me to put him in that tournament. Had I known what the tournament was, I wouldn't have done it for him. But I've never been more proud of that kid in my fucking life than that.
My whole problem now is with sports is like seeing what's going on between, and I'm talking kids Brady's age that I got friends with that have kids that age that are playing travel hockey, travel baseball, the fucking politics that are involved.
Oh yeah, dude. It's bad.
I'm like, I don't want anything to do with it, and I don't want to put my kid through it. I'm not going to deal with it because I'll tell you one thing. I will not hold my tongue. I will say what the fuck's on my mind.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not dealing with that. And I'm not paying that kind of kids sports these days. You have to have you got it between you and your wife. If your child is in the age between like 8 and 14 that's playing travel sports,
you have to have an extra $4 or $5 grand. Easy.
Dude, that's not even close. That's not even close. I don't know what that number's low. That number's low.
Sure.
You between the two of you got to make $250 or $300 to afford this shit. Who is paying for these kids to play travel? Anyway, when I was younger and played travel, if we had to travel, we had to go 7 or 8 miles to the next town.
Yeah.
Now,
oh, dude, I talk to you all the time. I'm like, oh, yeah, we're going to St. Louis for the weekend.
Yeah. Why? Why are you going there? Oh, because the talent where I play, where we live, isn't good enough for these kids. So we have to go. We have to go 3 hours to play. So gas, time, hotel, food, travel, all this wear and tear in your vehicle. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
This kid's either fucking playing local shit where they're just playing around here and I can drive to Williamsville, like Aub's volleyball games, even with being Section 6, you got to drive from here to Eden for an away game.
I was just going to say, so like when I played Pop Warner in East Aurora, like a long travel day would be driving to Eden to play at Eden from East Aurora, which is what?
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
So like, but
now these guys are like, we have a bunch of practices locally. And then we have a scrimmage against Scranton, PA.
Yeah,
in Scranton, and then the following weekend we have a tournament in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
Who in their fucking right mind can give a weekends to travel?
Yeah,
like this. Who can do this? And how much money are you fucking people with? And like you walk into one of the hockey rinks, and you see the mom decked out in North Face and UGG,
of course,
and huge diamond rings, and drinking out of Yetis, and you're just sitting there going, "That's why." Like I refuse to do that, and I'm sorry, children of mine. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm drawing the line between putting myself into poverty or helping you play a sport that, guess what? In all reality, we both know isn't going very far.
You might not even like in 5 years too. Like that's the other thing. Like that's the thing that kills me.
Not doing it.
Our thing is, if you're going to do it, you're going to do it. You're not going to quit midstream. And
finish a year out. If you don't like it,
sure,
then say something. Yeah.
Now I've seen, and we can go after this, but Olivia picked up the clarinet, and she's in 5th fucking grade, and she brings that thing home and she practices without me saying, "Hey, go practice." and she's learning it, and she's doing well, and she played in a
Clarinet.
concert.
This one, or is it the side?
Yeah,
one?
it's a
Or is
flute.
it, oh,
Yeah,
it's
so
down.
it's
Which one?
it's
No, okay.
this one. Yeah, it's this one.
They're all the same thing, but they hold them different. So,
Dude, I can sit at a piano and kind of figure out some songs. I can pick up a guitar, figure out some songs. I look at a clarinet.
I too can hammer out the Jaws theme song on
crush it. Yeah. But I look at a clarinet and go, I have no fucking idea.
Aubrey plays the tenor sax. Yeah. Tenor sax. She brought it home during COVID. So every time she's like, oh, I got a concert. I'm like, for what? You're not even in band. She's like, I play sax. I'm like, no, you don't. You just go there and pretend. I fucking grill her all the time.
Right.
And it's like, she gets pissed. Chris is like, shut the fuck up. You never come to her concerts. I'm like, yeah, because I'm not going to her school at 6:30 at night to watch her pretend to play an instrument. She never brings home and practices.
Now, if she learns Brass Monkey, now we're talking.
Brady would lose his shit.
Yeah.
But she goes, she goes, first period's fucking band. I go in there and play my saxophone. Apparently, she knows how to play it, but I got to give her shit because that's me and Albo's thing. I just got to ride her.
Well, we also have this thing too, and I have to be a better dad at this, and I totally get it. But like when I was a kid, when we were kids, your dad didn't go out and shoot hoops with you. Your dad didn't go out and
rare
into a field and throw the ball around too much.
Yeah, it was rare.
My dad never said go practice trumpet. My dad never said anything. I was just always going and doing it. But now they have so many other options to sit and play Fortnite or play Minecraft or all that kind of shit. So we kind of like 86 device during the week.
Yeah.
If you're in school. But dude, on a Friday afternoon when they get off the bus, the first thing they do is go hit up the device, which is totally fine. It's well within their right and it's great.
Brady is embracing the fact that he got mad. We didn't have time to read because
oh yeah, I get that too. Yep.
He comes home from school, takes care of his lunchbox, puts everything away, ice block, puts everything he didn't eat here, throws away his garbage, whatever. And then we go in the living room and I read my book. He reads his. We set the timer for like 20 minutes, 25 minutes, whatever. And we read. After that, he's like, can we play hockey? I'm like, yeah, we'll play hockey. So the other day, Wednesday it was, I'm like, we wanted to go Christmas shopping, finish up for Krista with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, it's Wednesday, it's half night game day at Dave & Buster's. So
sweet.
I just come back in the living room. I'm like, hey, listen, you guys have been good for the last 3 days. I got a surprise. Brady was crying, which caught me off guard. I'm like, why is he fucking crying? Krista got a set of hats. One was like green and it said nice. One was red and it said naughty. He took them both to school. No big deal. He was switching them back and forth. And like Tuesday or Wednesday, he took his naughty hat in. He was wearing it. They told him he can't wear it no more.
What?
Woke. Hey, why would you want a kid wearing a naughty hat? Santa, the elf, all that shit. So I'm like, all right, dude. I had to calm him down. I'm like, hey, listen. I flashed him his Dave & Buster's card. I'm like, listen, let's go shopping for mommy. Get dog food. We can go to Dave & Buster's for about an hour.
Great.
Whatever credits we got, we can play. Whatever. Dude, instant mood change. He got mad that day because him and I did not get to read.
Right.
And I was kind of bummed because I'm almost at the end of my book. He's like,
right.
But I mean, he really enjoys reading and everything. Like today, he came home with 2 Christmas cards from his teachers, thanking him for his gift and everything. And he sat there and he was like so proud to read it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of the teachers had kind of bubbly handwriting. He's like, oh, I don't know what this word is. And I look at it. And I'm like, even I was like,
right. What?
Read a sentence. Read a sentence. Okay. Guess it. It's this, And
yep.
He was just, he likes that shit and the kids like that shit. But a lot of that stuff we're getting away from these days, Too many people are just throwing an iPad in front of a kid,
And so for me, like uncle dies Monday, friend dies Sunday, find out Monday. And, Monday night we get home and he reads to me in bed. Like, so we do the diver Wimpy Kid or whatever.
Oh yeah, Brady just started reading those. He was
they're great. They're great, and they're funny, and
he was doing Cat Dog or some bullshit.
Yeah. Max is all in those too.
Brady moved into Wimpy Kid shit.
But we get home and it's like fucking 9:10, and they got to get up for school at fucking 6:45.
Yeah,
I'm like, we should go to bed. He's like, well, so I guess we're not reading. I'm like, okay, I can do 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so I lay in bed, he reads, and it's whatever.
You go to sleep, he tucks you in.
But there's some fucking days where, like, as a guy that works and a guy that has relationships and a guy that has people that die and all this other kind of shit, where you just go, all I want to do is sit in front of the fucking TV. So I pulled that card on fucking Tuesday, and he was just like, so I guess we're not reading today. I'm like, dude, I'm sorry. I need to sit in my own, but I don't want to be a dick about it. You know, I was just like,
I did the same thing.
It's late. It's late. We'll just table it for tonight and whatever. But, I wish I would have, the big fuck to me is Facebook memories.
Yeah.
And one of the best things, and we'll go after this. I'm sorry. It's been long. One of the best things I've ever heard, and I wish I would have heard it when I was in North Carolina, when Tiny would work like a lot of weekends and shit, and it was like really, really hands-on with two really small kids. Imagine if the time that you're in right now is a time from the future that you get to travel back to, and you only get to relive this one moment now. And on Facebook Memories, I'll go back and see a memory of a time where I'm like, I just want them to go to bed, but I'm taking a video and it's on Facebook, and I'll go look at it and go, God damn it, I wish I would have enjoyed that time a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's the kick of the nuts, you know? I try to remember that in the times where I'm kind of dealing with my own fucking shit. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes I'm just fucking over it and I just want to fucking watch The Office and fucking veg out. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
check out,
sit for a minute.
Brady asked me that, every once in a while. It's like, did Grampy play football? I'm like, no. I'm like, Grampy was always working.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yeah, there was a few days where he would throw the baseball around, or I'd have a couple friends over and we would be shooting hoops over by the block building there where you were at. And, and he'd come out and play horse with us or whatever. I go, but no.
Yeah.
So I says, these days where we're going to the park to shoot hoops, or we have basketball hoop in the driveway and you want to play basketball, we play peg and everything, or you want to play football and we run routes.
Yep.
Or you want to play NHL hockey with me. I says, my dad never played video games with me.
Yeah.
Ever.
Same. Yeah, ever.
And I says, the fact that we're out here playing, football and all this stuff, my dad never had time for me like that.
Yeah.
But I go, he made time here and there, and I remember it, and I'm not mad about it. I wouldn't change anything about the way I grew up.
You like play the cards you have, and you do the goddamn best you can.
But I'm trying to be there a little bit more for my kids than my dad was, like athletics wise, for the most part.
Sure. Yeah.
And you can only do so much with fucking schoolwork because it's out of control right now.
Dude,
but I'm like, I want my kid
grade math
to grow up, and he's like, my dad threw the football to me. We played baseball. I played basketball, and he never let me score. Like tonight, we went and got our haircut because our lady went to the new place, and they had a pool table. And Brady was almost digging up the felt. But he had so much fun shooting balls around, especially when he got one in. Lucky shot.
Sure.
But I was trying to show him to keep your elbow down.
Yeah.
Nice and easy, smooth and flat, and just hit the ball.
And conversely, we did realize
play pool.
I never realized as a kid all the things that parents actually go through. Because I think when we're kids, we think that parents have all the answers and they know everything.
Yeah.
And again, going back to what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast 2 fucking hours ago, I really do wish My only regret of my dad, I mean, there's a lot of regrets of my dad dying earlier, but like, I wish I could have had a moment and said, I fucking get it. Like, I totally understand why some days you were in your own shit and you needed just to go somewhere.
I would love to be able to say that to my dad, but I think I would fucking break him if I ever said that to him.
Yeah.
I think my dad, being tough as nails, dude that he's been.
You'll hit one thing with that dude.
If I ever tell him, man, if I watch him Brady run around, if I were to ever just say, "Hey, I get it now."
Yeah.
Like, in my mind, I was a fucking perfect child. I didn't do anything wrong, but I'm
No,
like,
we're
I know
all
I've
assholes.
fucked up a million times, but I'm like, I look around and I'm just like, now I get it why I got hit with a stick.
Yeah.
And most likely, if I say that, he's probably going to spit beer all over and just start laughing. But
yeah,
I made my point, and
I get it. I get it.
We're on the same plane.
Yeah. So, anyways, we'll get out of here.
Yeah. Merry Christmas, Googs.
We'll see you at Vinny's.
No.
You goddamn chinks.
We're going to do, like, when are you coming to town?
28th. I think we're driving either 27th or 28th.
Well, 27th is Friday.
28th then.
So next Friday, this show?
Next Saturday we'll be in town.
So next Friday, this show?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool.
And then that following Monday, we'll be at Vinny's.
Yep.
Live show where we're fighting all the fucking hillbillies over the fucking jukebox. And
fuck it. Who cares?
I'll fist fight somebody. I don't give a fuck.
I was hoping you'd bring your PA so I could do the voice recorder thing, but
I can, but I'm like, I don't want to have a battle. I mean, I guess if we have a week and a half and I'm going to text Jill and Ryan tomorrow. Are we still good for that day? If so,
I'd say bring it and we can always turn it off and it doesn't go to anybody.
Yeah.
But if we see a guy walking, like if we see Luigi or whatever the fuck his name is, I'd love to make an auto-tune song. Or if we have a special guest that actually decides to show fucking up.
Yeah.
That guy can spit bars.
Yeah.
With auto-tune? Come on now. So
and we can have somebody behind the bar control the fucking jukebox so we're not listening to fucking Eagles all day.
Fuck the Eagles, dude. All right. And also, I would love nothing more than for us to be doing a podcast and then Hotel California plays and I just roast whoever fucking played it. But whatever.
I will make that happen because I'll be like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, but then I'll slip off camera and go up and say, here is one drink chip to whoever goes over and plays Hotel California. But if you do, be prepared for what is about to get said.
Yeah, I will.
And some asshole will be like,
eviscerate somebody. All right. So next Friday, let's run it back. All right. Love you, man.
All right. Merry